Hello and welcome to Age Friendly Cleveland. I'm your host, Dan Monroe. Joining me right now is Mary McNamara, Director of the Department of Aging. Mary, welcome.
Thank you, Dan.
You know, having a house is a great thing. Having your own home, a place to call your own, is great, but keeping it up can sometimes be difficult, especially for our seniors on a fixed income. Sometimes it's almost impossible. But I know from working with you for a long time, there's a lot of resources out there to help out. But my question is there any way we can funnel those resources into an easy to find something, a pamphlet or something? That was a good setup for you.
Yeah, thanks, Dan. You're right. For many homeowners, keeping up with maintenance and repairs is critical. My home in Ward 15 is 112 years old. Yeah. And so in order to keep up with the repairs, I have to focus on that and target things each year. So at the Department of Aging, that's a common call we get from seniors wanting to stay in their home as long as possible, but sometimes needing some help with those home repairs. And so we put together a couple of years ago a home repair resource guide. What I love about this guide is it's not just City of Cleveland resources, it's also what's available from nonprofits, from our Veterans Administration, from our county partners, all in one guide. I got to tell you that it constantly changes, right? Because eligibility and different kinds of programs may come on board or may close. So we try and keep it as up to date as possible. What's also great about it is we have thousands of them in the office. We want to mail out to residents. We also have it online. Mm-hmm. And so if you want it today, you could go on the Department of Aging's website and find it, but we'll also mail it to you. We bring it to outreach events. What it gives is a little bit of a description and the phone number of what we believe are trusted government agencies and nonprofits to call for assistance.
All been vetted then. I'll know that they're secure and they're safe then.
Absolutely.
Well, let's look at some of those resources in that brochure. The Age-Friendly Home Improvement or Home Investment Program, what is that program and how can that help?
Sure. So this program grew out of our Age-Friendly Cleveland work, which really was led by older adults telling us what they needed to make Cleveland more age-friendly. And they told us they wanted a home repair grant, which means they don't have to pay it back, that was a little bit more flexible in applying for it than maybe some of the traditional programs the city had. So we are currently in year 6 of it. So we've done now 800, 900 homes through this. And so we encourage people to apply. As I said, it's a grant, so a person doesn't have to pay us back. It is for income-eligible homeowners that reside in a 1 or 2 family home. The home has to be current on its taxes, not in foreclosure, not in bankruptcy. And the kinds of jobs that can be done, it could be a major roof renovation, could be a porch rebuild, it could be a driveway repair. We know driveways can really be causes of people being at risk of falling as they crumble. It could be a bathroom modification, could be siding on the home. So all resources that allow people to stay in their home longer and give them a little extra help to get that repair done. I will tell you there is an income threshold, and so. Yeah,
I know, because I know with any kind of grant it has to be some eligibility requirements. Let's talk about some of those.
Sure. So as I said, homeowner, 1 or 2 family home, Cleveland resident, someone 60 years of age and older, or someone 18 to 59 receiving a disability payment. And then the income limit for one person, that's $37,650. That's gross. I brought the application with me, Dan. It's not that long.
Okay.
And so at the Department of Aging, we'll help you fill it out if that's a barrier for you. But you inquire about an application, we mail it to you, or you pull it off our website, complete it, send it in to us, and then we'll start processing it.
You know, that's one thing I like about your department is your willingness to help, because simple forms, even for me, I can look at them and it can be a daunting task, especially in my mind, and I assume for our seniors too, but there is help there available.
Absolutely. We're here to help.
Let's look now at the what we call SHAP, the Senior Homeowner Assistance Program. What is this? What kind of jobs can be done with that?
Great, yeah, SHAP, Senior Homeowner Assistance Program. Its nickname is SHAP. It's been around for many, many years. It's really managed by our colleagues at the Department of Community Development. And this program, once again, provides very similar repairs, major life safety. So that would be roof, major electrical work, major plumbing, porch, or it could do a wheelchair ramp or a lift. And so those are good resources there. And similar application, I brought that one with me here too. But what's really great with community development is they've now created a tool called the universal application.
Okay, what does that mean?
Community development has many grants and loans and home modification programs available. And they wanted one tool that a person could fill out that could then be used to match them to those other programs. So a person might not even know they're eligible for it, but by applying, they get matched through community development. And so that tool is online. At the Department of Aging, we still have paper applications to help people fill out that universal application. And that's where the Department of Aging comes in.
And I should assume there's still some eligibility requirements for this as well?
It is, yeah. So also homeowner, 1 or 2 family home, same City of Cleveland resident, 60 years of age and older, or 18 to 59 on a disability payment. The income threshold is right about $24,000 for one person. So you see the difference between age-friendly at 36 and SHAP at 24,000. So a person needs to find out where their income falls and apply for one or both.
So let's look now at other resources that might not have to do with rebuilding or recreating. Any other resources out there that might be interested, our seniors might be interested in?
Absolutely, and I think I would turn people back to the guide to figure out those. So a couple of agencies that have been in our community a long time doing home repairs for seniors are Community Housing Solutions, Cleveland Housing Partners, CHN Housing Partners, the VA provides services. For some people, based on the eligibility of the program they're in, they might get a home repair through the Western Reserve Area Agency on Aging. And so these are all trusted entities that a person could utilize. And many people need more than one program for their home.
Then, Mary, are there any other resources available that are outside of the city of Cleveland that people can use as well?
Yeah, I think what people need to do is they could call the Department of Aging and we could try and match them with what their eligibility is for. We all know that people want to stay in their home as long as possible. And so the community has really stood up multiple programs to help people. And through Mayor Bibb's administration, more programs are always coming online. And so for a person to stay as up to date as possible, it's best to stay in touch with us. And they can do that through our website, through our phone, through seeking mailing from us.
How can people reach you, Mary, the Department of Aging? How can they get in touch?
Yeah, the easiest way, I think, is by calling us. So that's 664-2833. We have a staff person answer that phone 45 hours a week. So we want to hear from you. They can also go on our website and pull down many of these applications. We're committed to being out in the community at 300 events this year. So look for our table, come talk to us. If someone has a church group, an organization they'd like us to come speak to, please reach out at that 664-2833 and we'll come out and speak.
And the name of that brochure again?
It's called the Cleveland Home Repair Resource Guide. And right now it's at 29 pages.
29 pages and growing, yes. The home repair assistance, if you don't have it, this is your chance. Call right now, get one. Stop on by. They're out everywhere you go for aging, they'll have them there for you. Mary, thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you, Dan.
And there's more Age-Friendly Cleveland coming up, so stick around.
Hi, I'm Jennifer Rossich with the Cleveland Department of Aging. Bed bugs can be found in many places, not just bedrooms. They are difficult to control and can feed on human blood, causing itchy red welts. It is important to be proactive and learn how to minimize the chances of bringing bed bugs into your home. If you find bed bugs in your home, you should try not to get rid of them alone. A licensed and qualified pest professional can help you get rid of bed bugs. The Cleveland Department of Aging also has a program to help low to moderate income seniors and disabled homeowners with the cost of bed bug extermination. For more information, contact the Cleveland Department of Aging at 216-664-2833 or visit our website, clevelandohio.gov/aging. We are here to help.
Hi, I'm Nicole Barkley with the Cleveland Department of Aging. When the temperature drops, older adults run a higher risk of health problems and injuries related to the weather, including hypothermia, frostbite, and falls in ice and snow. Like most things in life, it is better to be prepared. Here are a few precautions everyone should take. especially older adults during the winter. Keep indoor temperature at 65 degrees or warmer. Dress smart and layer up and protect your lungs from cold air. Know the warning signs of frostbite. Skin that's white or ashy or grayish yellow. Skin that feels hard or is numb. If you think you have frostbite, seek medical help immediately. If you choose to shovel, take some precautions. Remember, when it's cold outside, your heart works double time to keep you warm. Strenuous activities like shoveling snow may put too much strain on your heart, especially if you have heart disease. Shoveling can also be dangerous if you have problems with balance or have osteoporosis. It is easy to slip and fall in the winter, especially in icy and snowy conditions. Make sure steps and walkways are clear before you walk. For more tips, call the Cleveland Department of Aging, 216-664-2833.
And welcome back to Age Friendly Cleveland. I'm your host, Dan Monroe. You know, you ever been working on a project in your house and you realize you're missing some big tool you might need to get the project finished, but you don't really want to go up and buy one? Well, there's a resource here for you I think you're going to like. Joining me now is Mike Grimes, Director of Home Repair for Community Housing Solutions. Mike, welcome.
Thank you, Dan.
Mike, talk about this. This is great. This is a whole tool, what we call a tool loan program?
Yes.
Tell me about this. When did this all start?
Well, the tool loan program kicked off probably 2 decades ago. And since then, it's grown in size and scope of tools that we have to loan out on a daily basis to Cleveland residents, from 40-foot aluminum ladders to cement mixers, lawnmowers. If you need a sledgehammer to bust up a bad sidewalk, we have it. And then we have the cement mixer that you need to fix the sidewalk. So tools galore, hand
Those
tools.
are some powerful, I'm thinking like screwdriver, hammer. These are tools. These are big things.
Tools.
What's some of the most popularly borrowed tools, you know?
During the summer, it's definitely our lawnmowers. We have each side. We have an east side and a west side office, and those lawnmowers are out every day. Unless it's raining, that's the time that they're back in the garage, and our tool loan managers are there cleaning and tuning them up again during the rainy days. But lawnmowers are out all the time. Weed whackers, leaf blowers are the main ones.
Well, I gotta go back on this. This is a tool loan program for Cleveland residents, but how much does it cost to rent a tool?
Zero. There is no cost to any senior or resident of Cleveland. They just come in. They need to fill out one of our applications, and they need proof of ID. They need a phone bill and a utility bill. They fill out a one-page application, and it takes a few minutes at our office. They get a card that's laminated, so they could come in without ever being a client and leave with the tool in a half hour.
Absolutely amazing. Okay, what if someone like me, let's say I rent the cement, I get the cement mixer, but I don't know how to use it. Is there any kind of help with how these tools work?
Oh yes, both our tool loan managers are well versed in the application of everything, because there's a number of things tools that you need help with. Figuring out how to run a power washer. I have one, and I always have to go back to my instructions every year. So
Same.
Somebody who comes in has never used it but needs it. Both guys go through it. They show them. They start up the equipment even before they leave, just to make sure everything's running before they walk away with it.
So how does someone sign up to participate in this tool loan program?
They could come to our office at either our west side office on West 45th or our Largemere office on the east side, and just ask for our tool loan manager. Bob is at the west side, Howard is our east side manager, and the applications are there, and they help them fill them out right there, right on the spot.
What's the length of time you can have a tool for? If you need this for, let's say the cement mixer for a multi-day project, what's the length of time you can rent for?
A few tools like that you might need for a couple days. We have a belt sander that if you want to redo your hardwood floors, it's going to take a couple days to do that. And we'll know that up front, and that's okay, because it's not a real popular tool. So, But the more popular tools, lawnmowers, we want those generally back the same day. You know, they go home, they cut their grass a few hours, and then they're bringing them back. So on average, it should be the same day. But circumstances, like you said, could mean that they need it longer. A snake that's not quite getting through that clog in the basement, they may need another day to do it. So as long as we know,
Yeah.
it's okay.
And again, I said rent. That's not the right word. Rent
Right.
implies,
Money exchange.
but this is a loan. This is
a loan.
help you out what you need. Can you come back multiple times, or it's just like one and done?
No, you can come back every day of the week. A lot of times they'll take multiple tools at a time. They'll take the lawnmower and the leaf blower. They'll, doing some interior work, and they need the ladder, but they need a drill to go with that, and a saw. They could take multiple ones, so that they don't have to keep coming back and forth.
Amazing resource, just absolutely amazing. If people want more information, where can they go?
They could call our office, either our east or west side office, and ask for our tool loan manager, and they'll be happy to help them.
I love it. I have a list of tools I want to go check out and loan, and so I
There
can't
we
wait
go.
to check this out. Mike, thank you so much for joining us.
Oh, you're welcome, Dan.
And guess what? There's more age-friendly still to come, so stick around.
Hi, I'm Taja Elder with the Cleveland Department of Aging. The Ohio Department of Development and the City of Cleveland want to remind older Ohioans that assistance is available to help with their home energy bills. The Home Energy Assistance Program, also known as HEAP, helps Ohioans at or below 175% of the federal poverty guidelines for a household of up to 7 members. A household of 8 or more members must have a gross income at or below 60% of the state median income. Applications must be submitted by May 31st, 2025. For more information on application requirements, visit clevelandohio.gov/aging or call the Cleveland Department of Aging at 216-664-2239. We are here to help.
Hi, I'm Katie Gallagher with the Cleveland Department of Aging. Do you or your loved ones have questions about Medicare? You're not alone. The Ohio Senior Health Insurance Information Program, or OSHIP, provides objective and unbiased Medicare information. OSHIP counselors are experts and can guide you through the Medicare process, making it easier to understand and navigate. They can help you understand your Medicare bills and find ways to save money. OSHIP is a free resource available for all Ohioans. Their counselors are just a phone call away. To contact OSHIP today, call 1-800-686-1578 or visit their website at insurance.ohio.gov. Take control of your Medicare and let OSHIP help guide the way for all things about Medicare.
And welcome back to Age Friendly Cleveland. I'm Dan Monroe. You might be thinking about doing a big project in your house, and you might have to think, well, I got to find a contractor, and that can be scary. But here to shed some light on that problem and that issue is John Mahoney, Consumer Affairs Manager with the City of Cleveland. John, thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
Finding a contractor is a daunting task, especially making sure they're reputable. What is something people should know before they go looking for a contractor? How can they make this an easier job?
Okay. One of the resources I always tell people is to check the Better Business Bureau's website or give them a call, and they can give you a list of some local contractors. If you're online, you can see they give them a A grade, a B, C, D grade, so you can kind of read about what they've done and what's been reported to the Better Business Bureau. So you can kind of have an idea of what's going to happen. If they have a bad grade, you probably want to avoid them. But if they have a better grade, then you invite them in to give you an estimate and see what you can do with that.
And first, tell me about your office, Consumer Affairs. What do you do? What's your role?
So we investigate consumer complaints. So that's anytime you're spending money, be it on a contractor, at a grocery store, the gas station, hiring different professionals and things. So if there's an issue with that and you live in the city of Cleveland or the business is from Cleveland, then you can call us and we try to mediate things and get people talking and figure out, can we get the work redone? Do we need a refund? Try to work through it, just like the Better Business Bureau would do. Just that mediation is what we try to accomplish.
Are there any other resources people can look into for checking out a contractor besides the Better Business Bureau?
Right. So once you've maybe gotten 3 estimates for the work, you can call the Building and Housing Department or go online with them and check and see, are they licensed and bonded in the city of Cleveland? Do they need a permit, like a tear off on a roof? Any electrical or plumbing, you need permits. Permits for all different things, but not everything needs a permit. And if they need a permit, they need to pull it in their name. Sometimes they ask the homeowner to do it, and that can get a little fishy, so you don't want to do that. And then the city inspectors come out and look at the work to make sure it's done correctly, so you don't have an issue in a year or two. You know, your roof starts falling apart, the electrical goes bad, and there's a fire in your home because they didn't do it. So getting that inspection is very, very important for everybody.
You said a couple interesting things in there I want to point out. The first is finding multiple contractors, getting multiple bids. Why is that important?
Well, one of the things I always tell people is if you get 3, that'd be the best. It's hard to do sometimes, but you can look at them and see these 2 are kind of high, but they're close, and this one's real low. So why is it low? Are they not giving you as much? Or do they not know what they're doing? They're underbidding it, and maybe they're going to change the price on you. But you can get a kind of a scale on the 3. This one's super high. Why is it high? Once again, did they do some different work that they're telling you they're going to do? Or maybe, you know, they're just expensive and the other 2 are closer. So you can compare and contrast and look at what are they giving you for the money you're spending.
And also getting permits. I wouldn't even know where to begin. Is it okay to ask the contractor you might be going with if they can handle the permits?
They should handle the permits, but you want to, if you're not, you know, most people don't pull permits. They don't do a big roof job. They don't do electrical and things once or twice in their whole lifetime. So you want to call Building and Housing and say, hey, I'm going to be doing this kind of work, and they'll let you know, yes, you need a permit, and then you can check with the contractor. And the only way they can pull the permit is if they're licensed and bonded, and that's to protect you as the homeowner and as the consumer of that product.
And then in the end, at the end of the project, getting the inspector out there, why is that important? Talk about that.
Right, so there's building codes. So like with the roof, they need to put an ice shield on it, and they need to make sure there's enough coverage for everything, and they're doing all the flashing, which keeps the water out. So if you don't get it inspected and they didn't do the right things, a year or 2 later, all of a sudden you got a leak coming down your chimney, through your windows, whatever, you know, that they did. So you want to make sure that inspector's there, and they're going to say, no, you need to look at this and you need to redo this. And once it's up to code, then they approve it, and you know you're protected at that point.
And that's a good thing, because that's protecting the person who's paying for all this work. It's a good thing to have the inspector on site.
It definitely is, because you're spending a lot of money, and you don't want to spend the money for a couple years later you've got the same problem you just had.
You know, what if someone finds themselves in a situation where the contractor did not fulfill their promise, did not complete the project on time or at all? Are there any recourses for people to go after them for that?
Right.
Anything they can do? So
that's where the City of Cleveland Consumer Affairs Office comes in. Well, you know, contact us, 664-4529. Sorry, I have 2 lines on my phone. But you call us and we discuss what happened, and then we need your paperwork. So anytime you sign a contract, you need to make sure everything's on there. They can't tell you something if it's not written down, you're not going to get it. Or they'll say we never discussed it. So you would bring in the contract, we would look at that, we look at your payments, have someone come out and take a look at the work, maybe an inspector comes out and looks at it, and we see how we can then mediate it. Can we bring the people back out? Can you get a refund? So it's just that investigation and then working with all the parties.
Great stuff, John. That phone number, once again, for the Consumer Affairs Office.
Sure, it's 216-664-4529.
All right, John, thank you very much for joining me. And thank you for watching Age Friendly Cleveland. I'm your host, Dan Monroe, and we will see you next time.